do what we know how to do until we choose to learn a different way. If her mind works like most, she'll gravitate toward men who relate to her the way her father did. The mind prizes familiarity, even when it's unpleasant. Like I said, we need to supervise these minds of ours. Here's the fascinating thing. Even if she stumbles into a relationship with a good and patient man, she may find a way to turn him into her father. Her secretiveness will eventually arouse his suspicion. His suspicion, in turn, will justify her anxiety, and she will have completed the circle. She'll feel every bit as monitored and judged by this patient man as she did by her impatient father. Tread lightly if there's a whiff of painful history and broken relationships about her. If she's done the work of overcoming that history, she's going to be that much more insightful as a partner. If not, there's a chance you could be cast in the role of bad guy. Let's look at one last relationship killer. It's a big one, and sneaky too. Personality disorders. We've all had difficult people in our lives. Maybe it was the boss who was so daft he couldn't find his own ass in the dark, or the relative who was too forthcoming with her judgments and opinions on other people's lifestyles. Good people can have annoying habits, like the buddy who always manages to forget his wallet on outings, or the chronically tardy friend who will probably be 10 minutes late to her own funeral. We tolerate their foibles because they're fine and decent people. Then there are the personality disorders. This is a totally different category filled with people who, by the very definition of the term, have great difficulty navigating relationships. They often seem ideal at first. They can be charming, caring, charismatic, and generous. In time, however, their relationship difficulties begin to surface. These people have inflexible and counterproductive ways of thinking, perceiving others, and behaving. They're often self-destructive. Their history is littered with chaotic and broken relationships. They are driven by deep and abiding insecurities, and their attempts to quell the self-doubt only aggravate their problems. Personality disorders aren't particularly rare. One extensive study estimated that approximately 7% of middle-aged adults suffer from at least one category of personality disorder. Oltmans et al. 2014. Other estimates run as high as 9.1% of the adult population. Lenzenreger et al. 2007. Anyone in the market for a mate should possess a rudimentary knowledge of personality disorders, because it's so easy to be drawn into a relationship that can turn out to be hellish. People suffering from some of the disorders we're about to discuss can be deceivingly alluring to people who have a desire to be needed. Here are the most important personality disorders you should know about. The figures in this list are from the American Psychiatric Association, 2013. Antisocial personality disorder. This personality style is marked by a pattern of disregard for the rights of others. This person is charming, deceitful, manipulative, and destructive.